65 में I was flight commander, and 71 में I was squadron commander. I just shot down two in 65, 71 war में. 71 war में I did a ground attack on Uttarlai airfield, which is Uttarlai जो है वो south of the Jaisalmer area, inside India, about 60 miles inside, and it is right from going to Sakhar, short of Sakhar, about 14-15 miles, turn right and you cross the border and go into India. And then you come to a place called Uttarlai. Uttarlai में जहाज थे Indians के, they were Nats and MiG-21, Nats and MiG-21. They were operating from there, and they used to be attacking our troops. You know, I mean, either shoot them or they would run away. They would not cross the border anymore. 1965 war में I was based at Sargodha, and I was a squadron commander, and my squadron had about 15 pilots. They were all operational pilots. They could fight in any combat. So we used to fly missions in over Lahore. It was called CAP mission, Combat Air Patrol. And if the Indians violated border, they came inside. We used to be guided towards them, and we went and engaged them. And the Indians, either they would run away because they were flying faster aircraft, Hunter and Nats, and F-86 were not so fast. But F-86 was very maneuverable, and it had slats, and it had takeoff flaps and all. So we could, and bigger area, wing area, so we could fight very well with the F-86s. Dogfight is called close combat. And then there are sometimes you have to engage with weapons that can carry far, I mean, this is called beyond visual range, BWR. So beyond visual range missiles, we used to fire at the time when the aeroplane was not even hardly visible, not visible. So we would fire BVR missiles. Aerial combat ये होता है कि आप ले जाते हैं 4 जहाज, and then you fight one by one. Sometimes they split. The Indians used to always split, but we remained together, and we giving support to my wingman and other support to other formation members. Combat Commando School was set up by me, and also the name was given. It was originally known as 19 Squadron, but I changed it to Combat Commando School. And उसमें ये था कि the pilots used to come, and they used to be trained as for dogfighting and for mission aerial combat. Base commander ने मुझे कहा था कि तुम squadron, वो 19 squadron मैं भेज रहा हूँ. You become the squadron commander of 19 squadron. But I said, no, I'm going to change this to CCS. Uska naam ho gaya Combat Commando School. Just the name change, call sign change. And my call sign used to be Dashing. So I was Dashing. My own personal call sign was Dashing 10. And we used to get airborne, and we used to call Dashing leader, airborne with 4 aircraft. Please guide me towards the enemy aircraft. Air defense controller को मैंने इस तरह train किया था. They were changed to combat commander controllers, CCS controllers. And CCS controllers would be sitting in the radar screen, looking at the aircraft inside the screen, blips, and then guide their own fighters towards them. And sort of if they try to avoid, we chase them on the radar screen. And I remember I used to sit in the operation room guiding these aircraft towards the enemy fighters. They would come violate our borders and come inside close to Lahore, Rawalpindi, or even go towards Multan and other places. We would prevent them from doing that. I made the mission profiles, how to do a mass raid, how to do the reconnaissance missions to protect our lines of communication, like railway lines and like roads where the enemy is sending their transport convoys and train loaded with weapons and all that, or even soldiers. And near from Rajasthan area, there's a place called Kotri and other places. They would send, the train would bring ammunitions and soldiers. And I remember I fired at this train. I have a cine film that you can see that I fired, and I remember my leader who was there, Arif Iqbal, he said, "Oh, beautiful firing. That was really good." I fired it, and I think I fired something like 7,000-8,000 rounds on them on the train, and just exited from there. वहाँ पेशावर में बाजौड़ ऑपरेशन करते थे हम with the Afghani pilots flying from there. And we even did combat with the Afghan fighter pilot. They were flying at that time MiG-21s, and we fought. We shot them, one or two, and finally they stopped coming inside. They never came back.